On July 11, 1804 AD, the Vice President of the United States, Aaron Burr, and former Secretary of State Alexander Hamilton fought a duel to settle their bitter rivalry. The straw that broke the camel's back in this feud, which has been brewing for the past several years, was Burr felt that Hamilton ruined his chances of becoming governor of New York during the 1804 gubernatorial elections. Burr, although a member of the Democratic-Republican Party, was backed by members of the Federalist Party, known as the Essex Junto, who wanted New York to join New England as an independent confederation. Hamilton, the head of the Federalist Party, used his pull in the media to badmouth Burr and portray him as a dangerous man who could not be trusted with the reins of the government. The two would continue to argue with each other in the press and personally through a series of letters for the next few months, which eventually would lead to both sides agreeing to settle their differences in a duel. Aaron Burr, in early July of 1804, formally challenged Alexander Hamilton to a duel. Many historians felt that the incidences which led up to this event did not merit a fatal standoff between the two. Hamilton, however, had been involved in over a dozen duels in the past and had no qualms about facing Burr. Hamilton's 19-year-old son Philip was killed in a duel 3 years earlier, and his family never fully recovered over his death, which many questioned why Alexander would possibly receive the same fate and completely destroy his family. On the morning of July 11, 1804, the two parties met at the dueling grounds located in the heights of Weehawken, New Jersey, a popular spot for duels, even though they were outlawed. It was also close by where Hamilton's son Philip was killed. The dueling pistols were brought to the site inside a luggage case to shield witnesses from saying they saw them. Hamilton fired first, but intentionally fired slightly above Burr's head in an honor move known as the delope, which signifies that the duelist no longer has any beef with his foe, but they're supposed to fire into the ground. Burr, however, thinking that Hamilton was trying to take his head off, shot him in the stomach. The musket ball ricocheted in his insides, causing grave injuries. After the duel, Burr's second, William Van Ness, along with Hamilton's second, Judge Nathaniel Pendleton, gave their statements to the press about the duel. The dying Hamilton was attended to by his doctor and was taken to the house of his friend, William Bayard Jr., to die in. On his deathbed, he received Holy Communion from the Episcopal Bishop Benjamin Moore. Before he died, Hamilton was visited by his friends, family, and well-wishers who came by his deathbed to see him one last time. He died the next day at the age of 49. Aaron Burr was charged with murder in the states of New York and New Jersey. He was brought up on murder charges by a grand jury in New Jersey on November of 1804, but the state Supreme Court threw out the charges. He fled the tri-state area after all charges were dismissed and hid out in Georgia on the plantation of former U.S. Senator Pierce Butler. After a while, he returned to Washington, D.C. to resume his duties as vice president. The duel and the death of Alexander Hamilton made Burr persona non grata and couldn't even get elected dog catcher, but he would continue to tarnish his already tainted legacy with future shenanigans.